Now on DC News Now, slowly reopening the government. The federal workers already back on the job.
You know, it's just going to be a big sigh of relief to just see normalcy.
Businesses excited for the return of Smithsonian museums and the zoo, hoping to put the challenges from the shutdown behind them.
Temperatures dropping tonight, seasonable tomorrow, but with more cloud cover. The latest details and look at that weekend forecast coming up.
The firm that will design the Commanders' new stadium in D.C. has other major venues on its resume. Plus, millions of people will soon see monthly health insurance payments jump. The time to pick your plan is now. We're helping you stretch your dollar to find the right balance.
You're watching the station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
A record-long 43-day shutdown is now over. The work to reopen everything, though, just beginning. Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us. For DC News Now at 9, I'm Susan Tran. Chris Flanagan has the night off. Many federal workers already had day one in the office. The Department of Health and Human Services says it is working to quickly give out more than $4 billion to low-income families to help pay their heating bills. The program was paused during the shutdown. Meanwhile, the IRS says it is reopening its walk-in help centers, and the Education Department is bringing back all of its workers, as well as the employees who were fired at the start of the shutdown. The Smithsonian says the 3 museums are reopening tomorrow: the National Museum of American History, the Air and Space, and the Udvar Hazy Center there in Loudoun County. Then on Saturday, you're going to be able to start visiting 4 more facilities, including the National Zoo. All other museums and Smithsonian buildings will fully reopen by Monday. We have team coverage for you tonight. DC News Now's Yamri Sasay is talking to businesses near the zoo, excited to have customers back. But first, our Daniel Hamburg joins us live on Capitol Hill. And Daniel, not everything is back to normal just yet.
Susan, certainly there are federal agencies that are going to have backlogs because they had furloughed workers. We have been talking to workers over the past several weeks, many of whom have said they wanted to get back to work, although not everyone shares the same enthusiasm about how that deal was reached in the Capitol behind me. With the signing of a spending bill Wednesday night, the government is now reopened.
I was very grateful, of course, that this silly game of chicken was finally resolved, temporarily perhaps, but at least ended.
Not everyone is happy about the shutdown ending, including Federal Unionist Network co-executive director Chris Doles.
That they did it in the name of federal workers is really insulting to all the federal workers who sacrificed so much during this 6-week shutdown only to win really nothing. The assurances for back pay, that was already law. That wasn't a victory. This is a terrible deal. It's a real betrayal.
At the airport, air traffic controllers are getting most of their back pay today or tomorrow, though it's not so simple to end those delays and cancellations right away.
Of course, I thank them for their service, for doing what they do, but I know they're happy to get back to work, so I feel confident. I'm a pilot myself.
Federal workers may be back on the job, but not everyone wants to deal with instability.
1, 2, 3.
And that's why Gregory Woodhouse offered free headshots Thursday night to those affected.
I just feel like right now it's a really important time, especially in this area, to give some people some hope. There's a lot of people being fired right now. There's a lot of jobs that are in question right now. And I thought it was important for the community coming together.
The Associated Press says that federal workers will be paid by November 19th, and they will get installments in 4 separate payments depending on their agency. We're live on Capitol Hill. Daniel Hamburg, DC News Now.
All right, a lot of relief tonight, Daniel. Thank you. The impacts from the government shutdown are far-reaching, as we all know. When the National Museums closed, fewer visitors came, and stores and restaurants, they were left quiet. DC News Now's Yamri Sasay has been talking to owners all across the district, and Yamri, they must be thrilled at this point to get back to business.
Yeah, the excitement is definitely up. A lot of restaurants, shops, and food trucks really depend on tourists and federal workers, especially right here near the National Zoo. And they took some big hits during the shutdown. But now that the government is back open again, many of them are definitely excited and hoping to make up for the loss after the longest government shutdown.
A sigh of relief.
I'm very excited.
The energy is high at businesses across D.C.
Actually good for a lot of people, families, small business owners.
With the government open, restaurants say they're finally expecting the foot traffic they've been missing.
We're excited that the shutdown is over.
Daniel Kramer, managing partner at Duke's Counter, right across from the National Zoo, says the shutdown and the zoo closure hit them hard.
Our sales go down, their wages go down, their hours go down, their tips go down.
And next door at Baked by Yael, they've been leaning on online sales.
We've definitely had people from the neighborhood who have been very supportive, and we're so appreciative for that. But the traffic from the zoo has been non-existent.
For Mitri Zalov, who owns DC Food Wagon, it's been challenging.
It's been tough a little bit.
But with museums reopening starting Friday, many owners are ready and hopeful to see families and visitors back out again, especially on Saturday at the National Zoo.
Everybody who comes to the zoo and has that sense of excitement, and we match that with our welcoming hospitality when they walk in the doors.
They go across the street to see the panda, then they come back across the street and have a panda pop.
For Zalov, the cold weather means his slow season is coming, but he's still hopeful things will soon feel normal again.
Everybody's kind of happy. A lot of families, to be back on their feet.
Now, some business owners were concerned that because this is a temporary spending bill, another shutdown could come, but they're hoping that does not take place. And for a full list of when each museum will open, you can visit our website, dcnewsnow.com. For now, reporting in Northwest, I'm Yalmer Sase, DC News Now.
We are all holding our breath. It doesn't go to that, Yamari. Thank you. And we will continue to bring you the very latest as the lasting impacts do take some time to resolve. We're going to have updates for you both on air and online at dcnewsnow.com. All right, we have our chief meteorologist, Jackie Laird, joining us, and we need some good weather for visitors to return, get out there and visit shops and museums and all of it.
Yeah, and it looks like the weather will be cooperating, at least for the daytime hours through the weekend. And we're also tracking a bit of a warm-up, too, into the weekend as well. But we're looking at satellite and radar first with the get through the rest of tonight and your Friday, and then we're looking at that warm-up into the weekend. Satellite and radar showing us those mainly clear skies, and with that high pressure down towards our south and west, that's weakening those winds. So right now, not too much of a breeze. We're seeing those temperatures dropping, upper 40s in D.C. as well as Hagerstown, but lower 40s in Leesburg. We're already into those low to mid 30s, though, out towards Manassas and Culpeper. Those are a couple of the colder spots on the map at this point. Now, as we look ahead towards tomorrow, starting off with temperatures in those 30s, eventually upper 40s by 10 a.m. Talk about those upper 50s by 2 p.m. So highs tomorrow to round out the work week near 60, but we'll notice increasing cloud cover into your Friday afternoon. Still looking dry, though, as we get towards the weekend. Mainly cloudy out there Saturday, but back into those low to mid 60s for high temperatures. And there is that chance for a shower late Saturday and early Sunday morning. But aside from that, we're looking pretty dry out there for the weekend. I'll have more details on that. Looking towards the rest of that 7-day forecast in just a few minutes.
Looking forward to that, Jackie. Thank you. New tonight, police in Virginia releasing new video showing a group of people breaking into a store in Warrenton. Take a look. You can see this car. It's backing up to this space right here. Then 9 people, count them, 9. They climb out, including 2, you can see right here, from the trunk of the car. Investigators say even the car they used was stolen. This happened back on October 15th. The Fauquier County Sheriff says they've been releasing this video now because they still need help finding this crew. An apartment fire in the district leaving 2 people and a dog out of their home. You could see the flames from Rhode Island Avenue there in Northeast. Firefighters saying the flames started on the porch, then ripped through part of that building. We now know who will be designing the Commanders' new home in D.C. The team announcing the global architect firm HKS will be leading this project to convert the 180-acre RFK campus into a $4 billion new stadium. It's the same group behind SoFi Stadium there in Southern California and Cowboys' home stadium in Texas. In fact, Mayor Muriel Bowser got a tour of the Dallas facility when the Commanders were there last month. Now, the firm says the next phase of this project involves mapping out the concept, then hearing from the community through a whole series of meetings. Construction is set to start in the spring of 2027 and set to be done in 2030. But soon we will be yelling "Vamos Commanders" as the team takes on the Dolphins in the first game ever played in Spain. Fans grabbing their passports, ready to cheer them on abroad. DC News Now's Randy Bass caught up with the dedicated Burgundy and Gold, heading over to this historic matchup.
Washington Commanders superfan tailgate Ted Abella is already in Madrid.
Washington fans travel well. The burgundy and gold, they do a great job representing.
Along with hundreds of other fans settling in there after the team arrived earlier this week, where they've been practicing and gearing up to take on the Miami Dolphins.
I do think it's going to be a nice boost for that brotherhood that they had last year to build some of that camaraderie. It is a shame that some of the guys weren't able to make the trip because they're injured. From a fan base perspective, we can all be out here together, really just rejoicing at what had happened last year, and also looking forward to what the future has to come for this franchise.
And back at Dulles Airport, longtime Commanders fans from Prince George's County arriving early for their flights.
Especially for us diehard fans, we're excited to be there, you know.
All packed up and ready to go after planning their trip since the Spain game was announced this spring.
We've been doing it for a couple months now. When we heard that they were going to go to Madrid, we started. So we started looking for villas to stay in and activities to do.
Not letting the Commanders' recent troubles get them down ahead of their big trip.
I'm excited, you know, especially from last year. You know, we were expecting it to be, you know, a very exciting game, but we'll see what happens.
One Commanders fan from Howard County says he's still ready for a weekend of football and fun.
I'm thinking more about the team than anything. You know, we're missing some people. You know, it's a rough year, but hopefully we can go over there and have some fun and, you know, represent D.C. and, you know, just do it the Commanders' way.
What an incredible trip. That is our Randy Bass reporting the Commanders. Of course, they are playing the Dolphins in Madrid. The game is Sunday morning at 9:30. So get the coffee, mimosas, Bloody Mary, all of it ready. Sports Director Derek Forrest will have the latest on how the team is preparing. That's ahead at 10 over on our sister station, DCW 50. Coming up on DC News Now.